I'm Super Antonio. And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday. And welcome to part 2 of the Super LA Noire Live Commentary. What's that about? J-Lash with the thumbs ups. Appreciate you, friend. I always know I'm going to have an excellent stream if I see J-Lash in the chat with his thumbs ups. Thumbs up to J-Lash. And Ian says, oh my God, Antonio is playing something that is neither red nor dead. Very well said, friend. We have to adapt. We have to evolve. The channel has to evolve. What we did to get to 18,000 will not get us to 180,000, regrettably. I don't think we'll go much further unless we expand our repertoire. We are still, this is still Arthur's channel. We're doing a Bad Honor live stream on Fridays. And once that's over, we'll do Free Roam Fridays. We'll go back to Free Roam Fridays. And, I'll get a 4K. I'll get a PS5 and we can see what the game looks like in 4K. But, in the meantime, we are doing a LA Noire live stream and a Grand Theft Auto live stream. Miko Herptile says, hello, Super Antonio, Sadie Mods, and everyone. Just passing through. Have a good stream, everyone. You all take care now. Greetings, Miko. You have a good weekend, and I appreciate you being here or checking in. Callum, shout out to Ireland, says, yo. Greetings, Callum. I have some Irish thoughts for you that I was thinking about you this morning. And this is your first case, let me get through the everything I need to say about the stream first. Tony Vasquez says, howdy. Greetings, Tony. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a good weekend.
You're okay.
I have some trivia about this case. Just called the driver's seat. First thing I wanted to mention, we didn't get the cutscene, but this case and A Different Kind of War are the only two cases where all of Cole's detective partners are seen. Herschel Biggs, Roy Earl, and Stefan Burkowski are introduced by Mel Fleischer, and Rusty Galloway can be seen sitting in the far side of the briefing room, while Gordon Leary welcomes Phelps. When he says take a bow, they're all in there. I think that's pretty cool. 10 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Dominic says, hello, everyone. It has been a while. Greetings, Dominic. And I'm glad you're here. Hope you enjoy the LA Noire stream.
Sir, I'm Detective Phelps.
Also, this case is based loosely on the real-life 1947 disappearance of Eugene White. I thought that was interesting. I wonder how many of the cases are based on actual cases from the time period. Count says, hey, Dominic, all good to hear from more past viewers. Hope all is well. And I'm all ears, ready for the questions, whatever. They weren't really questions. It was just more comments.
No, sir.
I've been watching this Irish homestead. I'm trying to figure out their names. I'm looking for their names now. And I don't know where in Ireland they're located, but it's beautiful there. Let me see.
You want to tell
I
me
think
what
they're
you know?
central. It doesn't seem like they're by the coast.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
They are called...
Mind if I ask what you were doing out here?
Well, I work for the railway. I was on my way out to the switch. And
Serena has a new video out. Read that online. They are called the Irish Homestead, and they are restoring a 600-year-old farm cottage. So they've got, they got a property in Ireland. They're a couple of Brits. They've got a family.
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Wilkie.
More than 100K
If you don't mind waiting a little longer,
subs.
I'm sure we'll have more questions once we talk
and they've got like dogs and cats and chickens and roosters and donkeys. It's a very charming family. Serena's here. Everybody say hi to Serena. Serena says, hi, Antonio. I'm here. Sorry, I'm late. Got family over. Thought I'd say hi. I really appreciate it. We're doing an LA Noire live stream, Serena. And I'm glad you're here. At any rate, what I wanted to tell you, Callum, is they
F.
got
Morgan.
a grant from the Irish government to restore this this cottage. You know, and it's like basically what they bought was like just stone walls and a falling in roof. David's here. Greetings, David.
Victim looks to have lost a lot of blood.
Serena's here also. Oh, well, actually, David has the star heart emoticon for Serena. Oh, Callum says the home is in Belcoo, Fermanagh, near where I'm from. Might give their videos a watch also. I love that channel, Callum. It's very wholesome. You should watch it. It's very satisfying to watch their work and their progress. But it's interesting. They got a grant for £60,000 from the Irish government to restore this this property, which is, I believe, it's a national historical landmark. However,
32 years old.
However,
married. Sounds like an average guy.
you only get
What was he
the
doing
grant
here?
money after you finish the restoration. As in, you know, which I can understand sort of, because you're not going to squander the cash. So you have to have 60,000 quid up front
Happier
to
times,
put
I
into your
guess.
project. And once, you know, and you save all the receipts, and then once it's done, they'll give you your money. So I thought that was an interesting loophole. But they have the cash. They sold their property in England or something. But it's very wholesome. I love watching them. I love watching their progress. Let's look at some glasses. Let's investigate some clues. What's that about?
Stenzel glasses. Home repaired by the look of it.
Serena says, I'm helping cooking. What are you making, Serena? Grilled kangaroo and giant spider legs? David says, there he is. And Callum says, hey, Serena and Big D. Good to see you both. Serena says, hi, David. And David says, hi to Sadie. Sadie's here. Serena says, hi, Sadie, beautiful girl. And David asks, how are you, my dear star hearts? And says hi to Tony and Big C and Dom. And Callum says, that Fermanagh pronunciation was funny, Antonio. An easy way to pronounce it is Fermanagh. It's Fermanagh. You know, my dad always said he was from Fermanagh. Not the dad again, not again. There, I used it in an Irish sentence for you. Was your people from Fermanagh, Arthur? Serena says, I'm okay, David. Just feels weird. My heart, though, oh, it's so sad. Like you have a stitch. I'm taking my
Brand
tablets
name
and
might
eating
give us
healthy.
something to go on.
How are you? David says, I'm okay. Scars healing up nicely. That's because you have some of that Wolverine blood in you, David. You're part mutant, so you heal fast. And Callum says, that's a good Northern Irish accent. Is that where
Scene is a
Sean is
mess.
from?
Could have been a dozen different crimes committed.
He says
down
he's
here
from
with all the
Donegal.
hoes hopping freights.
I suppose I could look that up, but I don't. But I won't.
The wallet by the car. Was there anything in
We
it
have more
when you
trivia
arrived?
for this
You
case,
accusing
but
me
I
of
want
something,
to relay the trivia as it comes up
It's a simple question.
in the
Mr. Wilkie.
in
I
the
wouldn't
video.
know what was in that wallet. I never touched it.
Serena says, LOL, no, Antonio, no
steel pipe
cooking
with
fried
blood on
chicken
it
with
in the
breadcrumbs. Oh, that sounds
anything
delicious.
about
Mashed
Mr.
potatoes and veggies and gravy
No, sir.
and chocolate
I
cake for
went
dessert.
straight for the law
I'm
when
not
I
sure
found
if
out
I'm
it was
allowed to eat
blood.
that. Well, I don't know if you're allowed to eat that, but it sounds delicious.
Tell me the truth. You hit the
Serena
driver
says,
with the
that's
pipe.
good, David.
You
Be
can't
careful,
prove
friend.
I touched that pipe. I think you should take that gun off, and I'll teach you a lesson in some manners.
Yeah, the Irish Homestead. I can wholeheartedly recommend that channel for everyone who's interested in just like restoring an old an old Irish
wanna
cottage
arrest me
in
now,
the middle of
or can I
Ireland.
go
It's
back to
so
work?
beautiful.
Don't leave
Callum
town,
says,
Mr. Wilkie.
Sean's down
Get in
south
touch
in
with
Ireland. I
Floyd
always thought he had a
anything
Cork
more.
accent.
I'll
Then I
let
heard he
him
was
know
from
why I
Donegal
mismanaged
in the
my
game.
shift today.
Well, he was
Boy should
talking
learn
to
some
a
gratitude.
Gray. He might have been lying.
Somebody's got to inform the wife, Phelps.
You know, Sean was a natural liar. So I'm almost all caught up you know, recall from last night, I had to redo almost all the gameplay to get back to where we are in the live stream. So I'm almost finished. I'm almost
620
finished
bunker.
with traffic.
Goddamn maniac!
We got the last mission, and I found
620 Bunker Hill Avenue. You know where that is?
I found an
Behind Bunker Hill.
anachronism
A couple blocks
that
north of
is
Central Station.
very interesting that I believe no one has discovered.
Play it by the book.
And I just
No
have to
stiff
figure
yet,
out a
so
way to
let's
get
see how
back
it
in there.
plays
But in the
out.
prop store, remember, you know, where the shrunken heads are in the secret room where they filmed the blackmail material. There is a life-size Chinese
Could be a
terracotta
cartel gone
warrior.
wrong.
I don't know if you
Make
know what
black
those
drive
are.
somewhere lonely, then give him a tap.
But the thing is,
But why leave?
those terracotta warriors were discovered
Obviously,
in
someone got a little
1974.
heavy-handed. It's the wrong.
So unless they have a time machine, there's no way they would have had one of those
It's the wrong way around.
in 1947.
How so, genius?
What's that about?
Where is Adrian?
So
You've
I
gone
really
all
want to
the
make
trouble to steal the car, and it
a
goes
video
wrong.
on that
You leave the body behind, not the car.
because I can't believe it got
something,
past
Phelps?
all the devs.
Doesn't add
This
up.
is, you know, it's like somebody should have looked that up. That's, you know, that's what happens when you have no Asians on your team.
You read about the guy on the crossing?
Callum says, I completed Black
No,
Ops
what
3 Zombies
Over on Lincoln Avenue.
Der Reisen
This guy's
Draka
driving
with a
along
friend
with his
today,
oil light
and it
goes
took
on.
over
Stops
3
the
weeks,
car and gets
as we
out.
always caught up short
He pops the
nearing
hood
the
and-
end, but we finally
It's unreal.
completed it today after hours.
You got it. You got
Serena
it.
says,
Head
LOL,
on that
Antonio,
jet
you're
oil,
driving
Southern
good like me.
Pacific Freight slams
Yes,
into his
Serena, I
car
learned
at
from the
90
best.
miles an hour. Car came to a rest more than a mile down the track.
And Serena says, nice, Callum, well done.
What a pointless waste of life.
You'll get plenty of blood and guts and mindless stupidity working traffic.
Cole doesn't really
And who needs
care
a Second
about
Amendment when we'll give a goddamn fool the
traffic
license
laws.
to
He
get
thinks
behind the
traffic
wheel of
laws
a
are
Model
more of a suggestion than an actual law.
If it's a kidnapping,
Callum says,
why leave
"Thank
the
you,
victim's ID?
Serena."
If it's a murder, why leave the car? The evidence doesn't add up.
I
Free
love these
lesson,
beautiful
folks.
cars, though.
Evidence
It's a
will only
pleasure
get you
to
so
drive
far.
them and crash
You
them,
ask me, the whole thing feels hinky as hell.
What I wouldn't give
which
to
I'm
have
sure
your powers
we
of
will be
intuition.
doing forthwith.
Let's go introduce ourselves. You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Just a minute.
This is where we have the Insta-Heat,
LAPD, Mrs. Black.
the
May
Insta-Heat
we come in?
water
We have
heater.
some bad news,
and
we'd
the,
rather discuss this in private.
I'm Margaret Black.
The trivia I have for you here
We can
is when we
discuss
get the
this in the living
receipt,
room.
which I'll show you in a minute. There is the name M. Ryan, who appears in the later
Your husband
arson
drives a
case,
blue Lincoln,
The
Mrs.
Gas
Black?
Man.
That's correct.
So they all connect. All these
car has
cases
been found
connect. And I love that.
abandoned,
And I also love that
I'm
wallpaper
afraid there
pattern.
are signs of foul play.
I knew
The
something was
interior
wrong when I
design
didn't come
of
home.
these
We believe your
these
husband may be
structures of
injured.
these homes,
We found a pipe.
I'm
in the
pretty
scene
sure
of
the
blood.
same person
Oh, no.
or team worked on Red Dead
poor
Redemption 2
Adrian.
because it's
Does the name
the same level
Insta-Heat
of
mean
detail,
anything to you, ma'am?
same beautiful patterns,
Yes, it does.
of course, period
We
details.
just had a new water heater installed.
ODog is here. Greetings, ODog.
Whereabouts,
ODog has
Mrs. Black?
the members exclusive
Just outside the
Arthur
kitchen
emoticon.
window.
David says, any news
At the
on your
side of the
surgery
house.
yet? Star
I'd like you
Hearts.
to try and stay
Yeah, when is
calm
that
and remember
scheduled?
everything that you
Hold
can
on a
about
second.
last night.
Somebody's
My partner and I are going to take a look
eating
around.
something under
You
the
ready?
desk.
We're
I
gonna
need
have
to
some more
make sure
questions
it's
for
not
you. Is that
something
okay?
naughty.
Of course, officer.
What are you doing?
Anything to help secure.
No,
my
she's
son's
fine. She has
safety.
one of her bones.
Well, let's check the place out. Come on. Have a good look around. There's got to be something in here to go on.
First things first, let's do that puzzle. It's a simple puzzle. I mean, if it existed in real life, it'd be for like preschool, but it's just so much fun to do. I think we should have more puzzles in this game. Reminded me of Resident Evil. Serena says, no, David, it's not surgery, actually. It's more like a monitor. I still don't
You're just leaving the
understand.
thing half finished.
If something happens to me, the cardio or doctor can see in their end. I'm confused. My heart is 37% damaged. I'm sorry to hear that, Serena. but it's 63% good. And it's 100% big. Serena has a big heart. Serena says hi to ODog and hi double star heart comment, triple heart emoticons. Yeah, this puzzle, it's just fun to do. I don't know why, and it's so easy. Regardless of what Cole's doing, we're just trying to figure out the controls at this point. You know, first playthroughs. Tom says, hey ODog, good to see you as always. And Serena says, hey ODog, have you been on GTA Online? I'm having trouble finding the 9th ghost. I'm sure I did it. So yeah, we'll do this mission or this case and a little bit of the console's, what's that called? The console's general, the console's car, the console's general stolen gay, the console's car. He's a little bit mysterious. Console.
So the pipe missing.
And by
from the
mysterious,
device
I
here
mean
is the same one that killed him.
rainbow
Seems like the assailant is a little closer to home.
adjacent. Callum says, I want to try that new zombie survival on GTA that came out. It looks fun. And Odoc says, no, I don't have it installed on PS5 anymore. No one to run with. And Serena says, yes, same Callum. I'm scared to play. Look at the sunflowers. And check that shed. My nephew was fascinated with crypto, with mining crypto, and we were thinking about, here's where you have the reference to an arson case. We were thinking, I called it the crypto shed, of like setting up a crypto mining server in a shed that we could put in either an air conditioning or a fan system and have it powered by solar. And I started like researching prices because I would go in halves with them.
I wonder if someone in the house bought this unit, knowing how they were
his
used
mom,
parts.
my sister, put the kibosh on that because she thought crypto is a big scam. She doesn't understand crypto. What's that about? But it would have been fun. Callum says, haha, hopefully it's not too scary. I tend to jump when things spook me out of nowhere. That's why they're called jump scares. And Serena says, yeah, jump scares really scare me. Serena said, I played with my cousin the other day. I'll probably upload that video. And hoping to play with people in chat with the time difference. Kavanaugh's bar is interesting because it figures in another case. Let's see.
Maybe Adrian was a patron. R&I should have an address.
Alonzo Mendez, the person of interest in the homicide case, the red lipstick murder, may be a regular at Kavanaugh's bar because there are 2 Kavanaugh's matchbooks located in Alonzo Mendez's apartment.
Lie down, make yourself comfortable. So,
We got another flashback,
your friend of
or
course.
rather newspaper story arc. Callum says, the best scary game I played was Outlast 1. It was a really fun game to play with lots of jump scares and constant shouting. I'd love to play with people in the chat also. The only downside is I'm on Xbox, but there's still a good few games which are cross-platform. And Odoc says that is a serious hurdle.
take you on a journey. A journey back. I want you to remember the good things about your past.
Got some ice water.
Occasions that made you laugh. Times that made you smile.
And Serena says, Callum, I'm on PS5 now. Alienist Fontaine. Alienist is an old-timey word for a psychiatrist. But it's more of a Victorian word. I didn't know they were still using it post WW2.
Operator, give me dispatch.
This game really holds your hand. But that's okay. I'm not complaining.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt.
Can you hear Sadie chewing?
Outside of Union
The
Station.
mic is picking it up.
Thanks, ma'am.
You might be able to hear it if you have headphones on. To my Adrian, lovesick and lonely without you. Hurry back, my darling.
More interesting.
Nicole with a double X. Who's Nicole? Sounds like a motive there. Cloudy says, howdy, y'all.
This must be
Greetings,
Adrian's.
Cloudy. And Callum says, all good, Serena. I was on PS5 for a few months, but I wasn't a big fan of it due to having no one to play with,
So the glasses
as my
are a
friends
match.
were all on Xbox, and I really enjoyed the exclusive games. Yeah, I noticed. I'm not going to do it, but they have used PS5s on eBay for as cheap as $200.
A used ticket
But
to
I
Seattle
don't
and a
I wouldn't
suitcase
trust
gone
buying a
missing.
console off
Someone
eBay
couldn't wait to get out of this house.
unless it was from Sony. Manufacturer refurbished from Sony. But I'll buy action figures and CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays from eBay used, but I won't buy games used from eBay because I'm willing to put up with a skip on a used CD or Blu-ray, but I'm not willing to put up with any kind of damage on a game. So I like
I'm
new
all right
games.
now,
I like hard copies, physical copies. Cloudy says, really only 200? Well, you know, it's sketchy. I don't
think you
know
should
if we
come clean
buy
with
a
us, Mrs. Black.
$200
Your husband's
PS5.
missing, and after
But
our
yeah, I
search,
saw
I'm
him as
willing to
cheap
call
as
the
that.
circumstances suspicious.
Callum
you
says,
account
think I'm
for
going
your
to stay up
movements
tonight
last
due to
night?
falling asleep after playing zombies with my
not
friend. We were
accusing me, are
non-stop
you?
on that game for 3 to 4
What
hours.
an
It took
awful thing to
very
say.
long. And Odog has a bunch of Cloudy
I was here all
emoticons
night,
for
of
Cloudy.
course,
And Serena and
waiting
David
for
both
Adrian to
say,
come home.
hi, Cloudy. David, send our love to your lovely wife, Chrissy.
Is there anyone who can vouch for that?
Well,
And the
no.
other thing I noticed about this game is all the women have their
I was
hair in a
here
variation
alone.
of the style where it's pulled
I
back
cooked
quite
Adrian's
severely
dinner and waited.
and, you know, like hairsprayed
he
into
never came
place. And
home.
then they've got a bun in the back.
We found a receipt.
No one has their hair
in the trunk of
down
your husband's car
in this
for
game.
A live pig. This
Like a
receipt
really
was made
cute
out to an
hairstyle
effing
is
order.
like Agent Carter from
Adrian runs a tool
from
business.
Captain
That
America,
would be Frank
where she
Morgan.
had the same kind of
God knows
style
what he's up to.
where it's like pulled back, but it comes down, and then she had like a little thingy up here, a little curl.
The situation doesn't look
That was
good, Margaret.
cute.
You need to tell me what you know.
There's
And
no
Serena
need
says,
to
I
be
know what
so
you mean, Callum.
aggressive.
I'm loving my PS5. So quiet. Not loud like PS4. I'm ready for GTA 6 when it comes out on PS5. And
your
Odog says,
husband tell you where he was
told
going
you,
last night?"
Serena.
All he said was he was going to meet Frank for a treat.
Odog says, and less of load times. You know what has an amazingly fast load time for PS4? And for, when did this game
He
come
came home
out?
early from
2011?
He never comes
LA
home.
Noire.
And he went out early, too. He normally never leaves.
Yeah,
it
2011.
before 7.
This game, it loads so fast.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
How did you know that?
Callum says, same, really excited for GTA 6. Hopefully it lives up to expectations. It won't. Glad they're not rushing it just because the fans want it.
Your tiny mind must really
I hope I'm
be aching.
disappointed.
Do you
I mean,
have
I hope
any
I'm
evidence that proves
wrong,
I've ever been
but
in
I
that bar?
don't suspect great things from GTA 6. I believe
I'm gonna
you will
have
be
to ask you to
disappointed.
leave. I'm going to ring my attorney. I hope you're well
David
paid,
says, my
detective."
daughters and her are watching Hocus Pocus, then Practical Magic,
Tell
and
us about
drinking
the photo of
margaritas.
Adrian and
So
Phil.
they're watching which
Said
movies,
tell.
David?
It's from his most recent business trip to Seattle.
Practical Magic, I watched that once because a girlfriend wanted to watch it.
What was the purpose of Adrian's trip to Seattle, Mrs. Black?
It has Nicole Kidman, as I
He
recall.
was meeting
And
some
what's her name?
distributors. Adrian said that it was important to make contact interstate if he was going to grow his business.
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Sandra Bullock.
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
I don't remember much about it except they were like witches and sisters. Papa One and Mama One are here. Greetings. Everyone say hi to Papa One and Mama Ones. And happy Saturday to you. Cloudy says there's not many games that are just on PS5 that I want to play.
tried to repair them
I'm just
with
waiting for GTA 6. So yeah,
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
I'm curious what
Please do,
RDR2 will look like on PS5. That's the primary reason I'm getting it. Also, you know, I've wanted it since the pandemic, and I just stopped looking for it, you know, because of the supply chain issues, and then kind of forgot about it. Oh, Serena hasn't seen Hocus Pocus. Oh, you'd love it, Serena. You would absolutely love it. It's a Disney movie, back when Disney actually knew how to make movies. It has Sarah Jessica Parker and Bette Midler. And I don't know, Kathy Najimy, why do I know that? Why do I struggle on names and then I remember like a random obscure movie from the 90s, I believe? You'd love it. It's 3 witches that are sisters. It's set in Salem, Massachusetts. You'd love it. I highly recommend it. Serena says hi, Mama One, and Papa One says, hey, Serena, hope you are well. Mama says hi to Serena. David has a Mama Papa One with a members exclusive emoticon, Arthur and Sadie. And Hodog says, Mama Papa One. And Calm says, hey, Mama One and Papa One. Good to see you both. And Papa One says, sorry, we're a little behind. Farm chores took a little longer. No worries, Papa One, and there's never a reason to, sorry, excuse me. There's never a reason to apologize on this channel.
Jesus, Cole!
LAPD, ma'am. We're in a hurry.
He's too scared to divorce her, and she's too
And,
much of a shrinking
Cole
violet to
learned
throw
how
him
to
out.
drive
If this hadn't happened, they could have stayed miserable together
from
forever.
Serena.
You think she could have killed him?
She sure as hell doesn't seem the type, but stranger things have happened.
Mama One says, hey, David and Odog and Callum, and Serena says to Papa One, I'm okay, still recovering. Thank you, friend. And Cloudy says, Sadie's licking the sunblock. Cloudy says, I was going to buy a PS5 when the first lockdown happened, but I couldn't get one, so that's when I bought a PC. Yeah, same here, but I didn't buy a PC. I just didn't buy one.
Slow down!
I didn't even...
I know what I'm doing.
But, for a while, Kavanaugh's Bar. Yeah, I was seriously looking, you know, I was on mailing lists and stuff, and you know, like, there were like Twitter accounts you were supposed to follow. And I wanted one for the channel, obviously, so we could do unboxing videos and you know, reviews on the PS5. I think it would be good for the channel at the time.
For old time's sake.
But then I forgot about it when I finally didn't get one, and then when I started looking again, it's like they're very abundant.
They could seen better days.
You know Frank
Prices haven't changed.
Sure.
Free
Frank's
shipping.
a regular. He's a loner in the back.
Papa Wentz says, Cloudy, hope you're well. And Callum says, this isn't a tank, Phelps.
Frank Morgan?
Yeah.
Who's ass?
Nobody likes Phelps's driving except for me.
He wants a 5-star goddamn wedding. Cole Phelps.
And Serena says, I
LAPD.
noticed my
I
game
understand
looks
you're a friend of
amazing
Adrian
now on
Black.
PS5. Serena, you're amazing
I
on
know.
PS5.
Are you aware that he's missing?
No, I hadn't heard that. Tough.
Papa Wentz says, today was hoof trimming day. Takes a lot of effort as some of the horses
Found
don't like
Black's
to keep
car
their legs
abandoned in a
in
freight
the air.
depot, covered in blood. You know anything about that, Morgan?
Hell no. I'm sorry to hear that. I like Adrian. He's a good boss.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk
That's
off,
called a
Phelps.
farrier.
I think you were in on it, Morgan. You drove
I knew a
down
farrier
there,
once.
let Black have it.
Ooh, I'm a bad boy. That the best you got?
And, interestingly enough, Callum,
When did you last see Adrian?
she was an Irish girl.
Hell, I don't know.
I
had
can't
plenty
remember
to
where
drink
she was
last night.
from.
Things are a little
I know she
sketchy.
told me. She was a cutie.
Come on, Morgan. It was only last night.
Cloudy says, I'm okay, Papa One. I hope you're doing good as well. And Odak says, told you, Serena again. And Papa One says, hang in there, Cloudy. My back's a little
Excuses
sore,
don't
but
help.
I'm fine.
Let's
I
see how
miss
you enjoy the
being
LAPD
young."
taking an interest in your life.
You want my opinion? We tell Morgan. I say he's lying, and whatever hole he's got Adrian stashed in, he's got to go
We
back
got
there
all the
somehow.
questions wrong, so we have to tail Morgan now. When I redid this this case, ironically this morning, we got all the questions right because I was using this game guide where I'm getting the trivia from. And then at Frank Morgan's apartment building, there's a bookstore called Geiger's
Sure left
Books,
his drink
which
in a
is a
hurry.
reference to where is it? It's a reference to The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler, a very classic, definitive
I bet he wishes he'd rehearsed that story better now.
film noir detective story. But basically, you could say that all film noir is based on the writings of Raymond Chandler and Dashiell Hammett. Hard-boiled. Also a great movie adaptation by starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall.
Ah, that's it. We're spotted.
I believe from the same
Back
time
off.
period, from
Back off.
1947. Let's look it up. Big Sleep. (1946). And then later on, this is during the homicide investigations, we go to an apartment complex that is straight out of the Big Lebowski, where the Big Lebowski lived. The dude, well, no, not the Big Lebowski, the regular Lebowski, the dude. One of my favorite movies. I watch it constantly. Well, constantly, every year at least. I'd watch it tonight. But I never get tired of it. But yeah, it just looked like the same architecture, and
Where are you taking us,
And,
Mr. Morgan?
the apartment complex was set up the same way.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off.
Mom one says, when we were in our 20s, we could jump off the roof and be fine. Now if we walk down the stairs too fast, I need an ibuprofen. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear it, but what a life you have lived, Mama One. Mama One
Check
says,
the
is
place
this
out.
game open world? Haven't had time to play. I believe it is after you finish the
Day one of
cases,
the big
but
time, and you're already tailing drunk
we could
souls
ask
in bars.
Star Hearts.
You having fun
Is
yet?
this open world,
I told you
Serena?
it's nonstop glamour work in traffic, didn't I?
I'm just trying to learn.
Oh, come on.
There's like
Say
random
it.
street crime events. There's the bookstore to the left, to the right, that you can do. Frank Morgan.
Department 2.
And as I said earlier, in case you weren't here, but this case is based loosely on the real-life 1940s, 70s disappearance of Eugene White.
See if he's missed us yet.
David says, I'll watch Kingpin over and over, another bowling movie. And Serena says, I've been watching the new season. From. I watched the first season of From. Very mysterious.
Who the hell is that? Would
Yeah,
you
that's
relax?
interesting.
Jesus, Adrian, I told you, we're in the clear.
It reminded me of Lost.
Get it.
And and Walking Dead with Daryl Dixon, Book of Carol,
It's
season
over,
2.
Morgan. Mr. Black?
And Serena says about this game, I played open world, there's not much to do, just drive around.
There's no point running, Adrian.
There, Cole did a parachute roll there.
Mr.
That's his
Black,
military
get back
training.
here right now.
He was a Marine after all.
Stop right there, Adrian. It's over, Adrian. Why not just come
Mama One
clean?
says, have you ever seen Boardwalk
Why the
Empire?
mellow
Mama
drama?
One, I have
I thought it would
Boardwalk
be easier.
Empire on,
No, it just got a whole lot harder.
well, I was going to say Blu-ray, but
Adrian
it's not.
Black,
It's on
you're under
DVD. Yeah, I
arrest
love
for
Boardwalk
conspiracy
Empire.
and fraud.
Well,
We'll see
no,
what the
strike
DNA
that. I
has to say
love,
about
like,
wasting police
the first
resources on
maybe
a wild
3
goose chase like this.
seasons.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job,
Like
and
all
probably end up in the
HBO
big house.
shows,
I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
they kind of go off the rails in the later seasons when the original creators leave or get pushed out.
That turned out to be
That
quite
happened
some
with
case, huh?
Boardwalk Empire, with
What an
Westworld, with
Got an arrest and a clearance in
Dexter,
your first
True
case,
Blood.
and in fine style,
I have
too.
like, I think I have all
Well
the
done,
seasons of
detective.
True Blood, and I have
Efficient
season 1 and 2
investigation
of
technique, good public
of
presence.
Westworld.
You keep that up, and you learn from Bukowski here.
Callum,
Go a
never
long
you
way
never
in
need
this
to
world.
apologize. Callum says sorry. I was on the phone there for my friend with a few minutes. The driver's seat. We can get those are rookie numbers on vehicle damage. We can get those up higher, and 0 injuries and only $300 city damage. You can do better, Cole. Moving on to the console's car.
Okay, we're gonna keep this short. I'm already late for the DA. First up, Phelps.
Traffic
Bukowski,
obviously
we've got a report of a
is
brand new
the department
Packard
that deals
abandoned
with
in an empty lot
car
off 2nd Street between Olive and
related
Grand.
crimes,
DR is one
abandoned
Oswald
vehicles,
Jacobs
hit
says
and
the
runs,
vehicle was dumped in
etc.
his backyard. There's a patrolman
It's
on
a nice
site.
start
Get down
for
there,
this.
see what you can turn up. Any
Mom once says
questions?
Dexter
Good,
became
get
too much.
going.
I don't plan on watching the new one. No, me neither.
We're in our pathetic wages. Rimsky, O'Halloran.
But I enjoyed it
Intelligence
at
has
the time.
information on a stolen
Also
car
6
racket.
feet under.
An abandoned vehicle. We catch all the good ones, huh, Phelps?
Sounds like there's more to it than that. Nobody dumps a shiny new Packard unless they borrowed it without asking.
You don't say. You're on fire today, Einstein.
Very funny.
Come on, my intense protege. Let's go save the world.
And more driving for Serena.
I think you're doing this on
I always hit that hot dog stand.
You hear about Adrian? Brought in Seattle, threw him out.
Serena says it would be good if they made another LA
Women
Noire
generally
game.
Oh, I knew I should have driven.
I think Rockstar has abandoned everything except Grand Theft
Women
Auto.
generally show more compassion. What are you
Papa once
talking
says, I
about?
remember
Adrian
being taught
dumped
jumping
on her,
like that in
stumping
boot
the
camp. One of my
secretary.
squad mates broke his
Margaret should show some
collarbone
pride.
because he didn't jump
Pride
right.
comes before a
The
fall.
drill instructor told him he wasn't jumping out of a bath lady's room. Yeah, parachute roll. I like how Cole does it. He snaps.
You're a goddamn menace.
I mean, I know it's an animation and everything, but it's just a nice move. The motion capture on it. Pardon me, madam. I mean, obviously this is a fictionalized version of LA, but I wish there were like some LA natives in the chat who could explain how close it is to actual LA. Serena says, LOL Antonio, saying sometimes I do hit that hot dog stand. Yeah, they should move it.
Phelps, traffic.
I'm Officer Houlihan.
They should know by now. It's in the way. How are we supposed to turn around in these 1940s cars? Serena, I think you meant to say it's fun to drive in this game.
The car has flags. Might be some kind of diplomatic vehicle.
Has anyone touched this vehicle since you arrived?
No.
Cloudy says Rockstar was making a part 2 of this game. They were going to call it
We'll talk with him in a moment.
Agent.
Give us some time to look the place over.
Sure, take your time. He's a sore-headed old son of a bitch anyway.
I did not know that. Okay, let's investigate.
We'll have to use the registration to trace the owner.
Papa One says, I had a friend that was an Army paratrooper in WW2. He was like an uncle to me. Ironically, after the war, he hated flying. He always had a fear of flying after the war.
It's owned by the Argentinian
Consulate General. We missed the interview with the Consulate General in or the consulate in this playthrough. However, this morning on the second playthrough to catch up, I got the interview, and we will see it next week.
Stealing the wheels is for amateurs.
So we're only going to see like half of this. Or maybe yeah, about half. Baseball bat. This is their sand lot.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
And Serena says, yes, Antonio, it is fun to drive in this game. And I had to cover slot in the game heaps because it wouldn't let me upload. Oh, yeah. Had to edit it. Yeah. When you get to Homicide, there's going to be a lot of creative editing because those are some hard scenes to watch.
Junk.
And Mom One says, I love driving in games. I run people over to blow off steam. Yeah, Cole doesn't deliberately try to run people over, but if they're in the way, he's not going to move out of the way. Cole has places to be. It's LAPD, ma'am. We need to... We have the right of way. And Serena says, LOL, Mama One, same here.
Combination wrench.
Property of Dewey Brothers. Is this a clue? Dewey Brothers. Where's that? And Cloudy says, oh God, I remember this mission, LOL. There is a rainbow element to this mission, you may recall, Cloudy. Callum says, I want to play Bully. I've watched many playthroughs on the game, and it looks really fun. I think that was PS2 or PS3. May be available on PS Now. Serena, is Bully available for streaming? You should play it, if it is.
Seems irrelevant.
Serena says, I can get Bully on PS5. Okay, play it. What kind of trivia do we have on the console's car?
I must have taken the flag as a
Cole and
souvenir.
Stefan will talk about this case in A Marriage Made in Heaven. While you're chasing Gabriel through the waterway, I don't know if it'll be, that footage is here. This guy, this fella,
That's right.
he hates those crazy kids, always playing
What exactly
baseball in my backyard.
Last night, I was
And
looking
those
out of my
foreigners. When you're chasing Gabriel through the waterway, you can see several Gabriel. You can see several wrecked cars rusting in the water. These cars were most likely police cars or detective cars that got wrecked while chasing Gabriel through the waterway. As Anna says, that a lot of police cars got wrecked trying to follow him.
Up on bricks.
Did you see who stole the Packard?
Hell yes, I did. I saw 3 goddamn Mexicans going to work on it.
Can you tell us what they were doing?
Using the headlights of an old Ford so they could strip the thing. I yelled out to them.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
call the cops.
all the rest
So
of
they
it.
loaded up their car and drove
There isn't that
off,
much trivia,
tooting
regrettably.
and hollering and yelling obscenities at me in Mexican.
You speak Spanish, sir?
No, I do not.
After the
Serena says, not sure
you didn't go anywhere near the car?
if I will get
After
banned
I
for
scared
uploading
him
the
off?
bully game. I don't
No,
recall
I
it
didn't go
being
anywhere
too
near that
egregious.
car.
And
You went out to the car.
Serena
Once they were gone, you had to take a
continues,
look
I'm
for
not thinking
yourself.
of playing it.
I was
Even if I played GTA
curious.
6, I will still
They'll
play
law
GTA
against that.
5.
So what
And
if
Cloudy
I took a
says, you
look
won't
around
get banned,
that
Star
car?
Hearts. I used to
You can't
stream
be
that
accusing me
game.
of nothing.
Callum says, I need to finish Sleeping Dogs. I haven't played in the
Tell me about
past
the car
3
they were
days. As I feel
was an
you need
old
to spend a
Ford.
lot of time on it,
I
so
didn't
I haven't
catch the
been bothered.
license
We'll do Sleeping Dogs, but
You look
we
like
gotta
the kind of
finish
guy who
LA
notices
Noire
details.
You're right
first,
there.
obviously.
The car was old,
And,
but it looked brand new.
So we'll probably get it
Candy
next
apple
quarter,
red paint job stands out a mile.
January, February.
What
Serena
exactly
says,
did you
okay,
see them
Cloudy,
take?
thank you. I will play
was working
Bully
on the tires.
once Halloween
all that
update
was
is
took.
finished. Papa 1 personally hopes for a Red Dead 3 one day, but I don't think we'll ever top Red Dead 2 in terms of story and character
Right.
development.
So what did you
I
take,
agree,
Jacobs?
Papa 1.
Do you want my partner to pat you
And
down?
Serena says Red Dead 1
found a
and Red
notebook
Dead
in the
2 are
glove
still my favorite
compartment.
game. Callum
I
says,
was
when did
gonna
this
show
game
you.
come out?
It's on the chair on my porch.
2011.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Jacobs. You can speak to Officer Thibault about signing a formal statement.
Mr. Jacobs,
When you get the car
nothing
out of the
better
way,
to do
maybe you could
than
come back and do something
sit
about
around
those
and complain
kids.
about those
How about we
lousy
bring you an
kids.
umpire's mask?
Mom one says, "Do you like the Hitman trilogy, Super Antonio?" I haven't played it. Saw the movie. This notebook is interesting. The notes he leaves on the friends that he meets. Nice eyelashes, lovely
Okay, so we have the
speaking
owner of the
voice. That's what he'd say about me, I
I'll
guess.
run John Madsen by R&I.
Good-natured. Tristan had blonde locks. Larry was tanned with blue eyes. Danny was tall and lean. Christian was delicate. I suppose I shouldn't laugh, but it was illegal back then as well. Sorry to say. Cloudy says
Phelps,
Sleeping
batch
Dogs is in my top 10. And Papa One says, I agree, Callum, but they would always be in the shadow of the Vanderland gang, but I feel they need to let the story end. Leave it where it is and don't and leave while it is good and don't try to keep stretching it just for nostalgia.
Got it.
Papa One, I
Michigan
believe
2458.
Rockstar has abandoned this game, and also LA Noire, considering it's like I don't think
LAPD, ma'am.
they
Can I
care
speak to
about
John
us,
Madsen, please?
regrettably. Callum says, yeah, Cloudy, Sleeping Dogs was a childhood game for me. The fighting hand-to-hand combat is the best in the past games I've played. It makes it really
Wrong
fun and
person, Mrs.
enjoyable.
Madsen.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Callum, I'm really looking forward to playing that game. Callum also says,
messages
well
from-
said, Papa One. I agree.
There's just one message for
And
you,
Cloudy
detective.
says to Callum, did you see Star Wars Outlaws graphics?
License number Paul
And he has a laughing, crying emoticon.
06 was reported missing this morning by Juan Francisco Valdez.
Juan Francisco Valdez.
He's already here at Central, Detective. He's demanding an audience, as he calls
We'll see the interview next week.
Thanks.
Mama
Can you get
says,
a
I
message to
don't
Captain
get the
Leary?
whole
Tell him to
worship
be in as
of
soon as we
Grand
can.
Theft Auto.
Thank you.
There's millions of 12-year-olds that keep that
Can you cordon off
game
this lot until we have the vehicle
relevant.
impounded?
Rigorexers just
Yes, sir,
subscribed.
Detective.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate
We'll
you.
follow up on the owner. Get a statement from Jacobs, and I'll read your report back at the station.
And more driving.
We can visit the
And
Packard dealership
no,
or head
Mom
back
one.
to
I've
Central
never
and
played the
interview this
Hitman
Valdez
games.
character.
I
Your
watched
call.
the movie, I
This
believe.
has got.
That counts. That doesn't
Open
count.
your
But
eyes.
and I've seen some playthroughs.
This has got to be the 50th abandoned vehicle call we have caught this year. One more, and I'm gonna go crazy.
Not your favorite cases?
You kidding me? This is barely. even
Cloudy
police
says
work.
about the Star Wars
All bad guys in
Outlaws
the city, we
graphics.
get
Yes,
busted
they are
for ones who
bad.
can't even be
Callum,
bothered to keep what
LOL.
they
And
steal.
Callum says, neither do I, Mama One. It's mostly due to it being their most sold game. Yeah, it's super popular. Ridiculous popular. A giant cash cow. A golden cow, one might say.
Here's a novel idea. Turn on the siren.
I shouldn't make biblical references. I don't consider myself Christian. I'm just well read. David says, welcome in to Rigorexers. And Calum says, I think I seen a small bit of gameplay of it, Cloudy. It didn't look the best. That game was a disappointment, as I recall. The developer is saying you could make your own character. Mama once says you should try the games. If you buy Hitman 3, you get 1 and 2 for free. And Callum says, Hitman Absolution is one of my favorite in this series, Mama One. Mama One says, I play GTA here and there, but I wouldn't choose it over Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, Mama One, I will make a note of Hitman. I'm going to put Hitman question mark.
LAPD, Mac. We'd like to speak with the owner.
That's me, William Dewey, proprietor at your service.
We're investigating
And,
the theft of a Packard belonging to the Argentine embassy.
I'll do some research.
Are you missing a combination wrench?
I don't know, Detective, but I know how we can find out. Follow me.
Cloudy says, I recently bought Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's the next game I will be playing. And Mama One says, I love the World of Assignation trilogy. And I don't know if you intentionally changed that for the algorithm, but I certainly appreciate it, Mama One.
Be my guest.
Another one of these puzzles. I wish we had puzzles like this in every case. They're a lot of fun.
I have some nice used cars for guys in your wage bracket.
Very enjoyable.
Why don't you give us some alone time, Dewey? Go sell some cars or whatever it is that you do.
Callum says that game looks good, Cloudy. I've never tried it, but
left.
I've watched a playthrough of it. The Marvel
Gabriel
Guardians of the
Delgado
Galaxy.
is missing a 3/4.
And Mama One was changing the title, and she says, I try to keep it YouTube friendly, Super Antonio. I appreciate that, Mama One. There's not really any more clues here, but that's not going to stop Cole from looking.
Not much help. Doesn't tell me anything.
You got about 20 more minutes left. But then, as always, I'll keep the stream going in case you guys want to talk amongst yourselves for another 10 minutes or so. I've got a nice driving montage to show you.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Callum says, what day is the next GTA 5 stream, Antonio? It is Monday. Grand Theft Mondays is what we are calling it. I have the schedule up right here.
If you don't
And
mind, we have a few questions.
Sinister Sundays is a wild card. We're going to
Where
do,
can we find
you know, sometime
Delgado?
maybe a movie,
I don't know.
maybe true crime,
Sure as hell ain't here.
maybe ghost stories. Tomorrow night we are going to be investigating the Cecil Hotel.
Address, Dewey, or my partner
has a
shoves her
lot
head in a
of,
car door.
Okay, all right.
A lot of strange
Apartment
coincidences
3,
around
103
it.
Hill Street.
Then Grand Theft
Tell him
Monday,
from me,
Western
if he ever
Wednesdays
shows
is
his face around here
Western
again,
movie
I'm gonna kick his
review
butt from
night.
here to Kingdom Come.
Bad Honor Fridays is the Bad Honor
wrench from
full
this
game
dealership was
commentary
used to
and
strip the wheels
playthrough.
from a Packard last night.
Saturday is LA
A couple
Noire.
of Hispanics were seen taking
And then you can
parts.
follow me on
We've had a
Twitter
spate of
at
thefts
Red
ourselves.
Super
Comes
Antonio.
with the
If we get to
location.
500 subs,
Even bastards
followers on
steal
X
anything
Twitter,
when
I
maybe
can
your back is
monetize that
turned.
account. Make a couple more pennies for the coffer, and we'll put it in the PS5 fund.
So that's it.
Like I said, the workshop's too close to the street.
Pop One says, the background looks great, by the way. I meant to ask, was it hard to make? No, it was not. Did it take a long time? No, it did not. It's just,
Spreading the word that you don't like to cooperate with the
it was just a
LAPD.
pain to do. I mean, it was just, it's
Time to visit Gabriel
a
Delgado.
chore.
See
You
how
know,
good
it's
his
like I took a screenshot and then I tweaked it in Photoshop and upscaled it to 4K. That's why it looks so pretty. By tweaking it, I tweaked it in Photoshop, you know, and just like punched up the colors a little bit and sharpened it, made it prettier. Let's go see Gabriel Delgado.
Careful!
And I'll spoil it. Why not? Because you guys know this case already. You've all played this game. But the consul general Juan Valdez made a pass at him.
You read
And
the story in the
Gabriel,
Examiner about the Navy
because he's an
ground
old
crew
school
demanding
What's a dimension?
a Mexican,
You know,
got really
like a
insulted,
graph.
and it's 1947, let me
Y
add,
and horizontal is X.
got really insulted,
clear as
and to
mud.
restore his
Third
honor
dimension
and
we can see.
manhood,
So
he stole the
things are
consul's
popping on our
car,
screen.
and he's a street racer.
ridiculous.
That's basically
Scare
the
people out of the
entire
theater.
case.
God's name would want that.
We don't have to worry about
People scoffed at
cancellations
the
in
idea
this
of
one.
talking from
It's
color. Look what we have now.
it's just car-related crimes. Callum says, I'll make sure to give you a Twitter follow after stream. Thank you, Callum. It's at Red Super Antonio. Really appreciate it. I get a little more political on the Twitter account because you're allowed to. And Pop One says, it looks great. I was just curious. I'm not the most technologically advanced old man in the world. Well, you're keeping up on the stream, and that's all that counts. And, you know, I used to take great pride in my thumbnails on this channel. And I don't really do it on the live streams anymore. Just because,
Take it easy.
you know, I put these up on the fly. And I'm not convinced that the thumbnails really help on this channel, regrettably.
Blind.
Oh, speaking of thumbnails, this has nothing to do with thumbnails. Serena, you made a Halloween mask short that I really approved of. The thumbnail was perfect, the length, everything about it. If it's possible, make more of those Halloween mask shorts. I think they'll do really well.
Okay, let's see what Gabriel has to say for himself.
I just hope our archangel hasn't already flown.
For your channel.
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case.
Like, I'm looking that up right now, and I bet you've got,
What the hell is
well, you have 203 views, but that'll go up. It's a perfect thumbnail. Make more Halloween mask videos. Serena asks, Antonio, are you going to make Smashes videos of LA Noire like I did? LOL. Yeah, I'm going to have a montage after the end of this live stream or the end of this video. So maybe I'll make shorts out of it. The Grand Theft Auto Car Smash shorts didn't do that well. I mean, they did okay. And David says he's doing it now, Star Hearts, yeah. Cole,
LAPD, ma'am.
Cole isn't the best driver in this game.
Gabriel?
And Serena says, thank you, Antonio, I will. Calum says, I get quite political also online. I say, especially on games. That's more due to when people try to be rude. I'm able to make them shut up quickly.
Is Gabriel Delgado here, Ms. Rodriguez?
No.
See, even Miss Delgado has that same hairstyle, where it's
Stay where
just
you are,
severely pulled
I
back
need to take a look around.
But
and
he's
like,
not here. I have
you know,
told
just
you.
Check out the
hair
surrounds.
sprayed into place
Stay
with
with
a
the
giant bun on the top.
So how far along?
Papa One says, yes, we are Team PS4 here. And Papa One asks, are you more of a PlayStation person? My son had PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. Mama One uses Xbox.
Souvenirs are a dumb move.
You are wrong about Gabriel.
Yeah, I love Sony
He will be a good
PlayStation.
father.
Made in Japan.
Already he works hard to provide for us.
But, you know,
Unless you help us here, Anna, your little one won't
I don't necessarily believe in console wars. I mean, play what you want to play on. Callum says, is Gabriel in the apartment, Antonio? He is not. He's off at a
Certainly Gabriel's private
he's
boy.
off at a street race. We gotta search for all the clues.
Serving breakfast for two.
Cigarette
Anna?
smokers
Should've cleared
welcome
up.
in this game. It's 1947, after all. Callum says, Mama One knows where it's at with Xbox, although PlayStation is just as good. Yeah, I think it's like an Apple versus whatever the opposite of an iPhone is. Apple versus Microsoft. Mom One says, I have a PS2 and a PS3, but just preferred Xbox. I'm thinking of getting a PS5. You should.
I don't think this is going to help us.
We can all be Team PS5. And Mama One says, thank you, Callum. Yeah, if you get one, Mama One, a PS5, then you and Serena can be PS5 sisters. I don't know what that means. It would just be funny. I make myself laugh. I crack myself up. Cole needs to go to the shed. Really like that carpet pattern. What are those boxes? Probably stolen goods. Serena says, LOL, I remember doing one mission on LA Noire. I left my partner behind. I didn't even realize. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, he'll just like run after the car if you do that. And Odok says, Samsung and Google for the phone. Samsung is better. You know, if Elon ever releases a phone, which he keeps threatening to do, I would get that phone. Am I allowed to say that? Probably not. Algorithm doesn't like Elon. But it's true. Odok says, Samsung is number 1, then Apple is 2, and the Google phone is 3, and then 4 is Huawei. Huawei, the Korean, I believe. Callum says it's currently 2 degrees and freezing in Northern Ireland. What's 2 degrees in freedom?
Diplomatic license plates.
To Fahrenheit. 35.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that is cold. I just had to put my mom's dressing gown on. That's how cold it is. Nodog says it's Chinese. That means it comes with spyware equipped. Oh, dog. Don't get a Chinese phone. Callum is currently wearing his mom's dressing gown. In case you're interested. Papa One says, we are currently looking into getting a new computer as we use the internet now for our horse business. We tried to stay away for years, but around 2009 we started using it. What is a good computer?
Why did he steal the car, Anna?
That's for, you know, I prefer Apple's
his honor,
iMacs. I'm using it. This is
Gabriel's been in trouble before.
we are
He
streaming
left
on
you
an
here alone
iMac.
to answer for him, and you
And then I
expect me
have
to
a
believe that his
laptop
motive
here.
was
That's all.
honor?
I've had Apple products my whole life. Calum says, "Don't tell everyone, Antonio."
Tell us the truth, Anna. Has Gabriel been
I'm
here?
sorry, Callum.
I haven't seen him for at least
I'll
3 nights.
edit it out on post. I won't. I don't know. It's warm. It's fine.
Tell us where he is.
Rodok says, "Yep, it's not allowed to sell here in the USA, but the hardware is good." Can anyone recommend a computer for Mama One and Papa One? I'd say if you just need to use it for the internet, you know, because you're just get a laptop. But if you want to play games on it, Mama One,
Tell us where he is.
then you got to get something
If
a
your
little
baby
more
is born in
sophisticated.
prison, Anna, the corrections officers will take it from you. You will see your son or daughter through a metal grate for half an hour a week.
The start line is on 1st and Santa Fe. There is a
There's a
spillway
little
under
bit
the
of a
bridge
learning
that
curve
leads to
if
the
you get
river.
an Apple computer, but
Policia have wrecked.
it's a smaller operating system, so you won't get as many
As soon as we corner Gabriel, we'll
viruses.
be back for you, Anna. You had your chance to cooperate. Start line.
And I don't
Sounds
like
a straight race to me.
I don't like Bill Gates. He scares me. And I loved Steve Jobs. If you don't recall Steve Jobs, he was basically the
Let's go stop these clowns
Elon
and get 'em
Musk
off
of
the
my
streets.
generation. But I was very inspired by Steve Jobs and his management style. Callum says an Asus laptop is good, or an HP for work and just going online, etc., but not the best for games. Odok says, wish Microsoft hadn't fell off. They had a great PC with a touch screen. Sorry, coming through. LAPD.
What kind of man leaves his pregnant girlfriend at home while he goes off to
This
play
gets me
cards?
every time.
Pregnant girlfriends
This is
aren't
dead
always
end.
a barrel of laughs. Everyone needs to let off a little.
Got me the
Watch what
playthrough.
you're doing.
I mean, the second one. Sorry, ma'am. Excuse me.
Are you talking from experience?
Some of this architecture looks like, yeah, how do we get out of
Now
here?
look what you've
And,
done.
you know, we really should be able to crash through those picket fences.
Quick as we shut one of these races down.
Papa one
another
says, well, we
springs
have an
up
Apple
somewhere
computer,
else.
but it is getting
Can't you
old, so we
steal
need to
cars to
upgrade.
sell
We
it?
use it now exclusively for horse
Oh,
trading. We still occasionally
unbelievable.
do advertisement in horse magazines, but they are not as prominent as they used to be. Yeah, I can
Quick as we shut
imagine
one
they're
of
all
these races
online
down,
now.
Another one springs up
You could just do
somewhere
an online
Kids used to
ad.
steal
And David
cars
says,
to
okay,
sell
guys and gals,
Now they
taking
just
off
wanna
for the
wrap
night.
'em around a
Tired today. Okay,
The next
David, I
6
appreciate you being here. I really do.
I wouldn't feel safe in a
You're one of
tank
my
with you
oldest
driving.
friends on the channel. Couldn't do it without you. Shout out to
Full of advice,
David
aren't you?
and his lovely wife, Chrissy V. You have a great weekend, sir, and a well-deserved rest. And give our love to your lovely wife. David says, hit that like button, folks, and stay safe and healthy, friends. Odak says, later, Davy boy. And David has a Star Hearts emoticon for Star Hearts. Serena says, okay, David, good night. Take care of yourself and rest and say hello to your lovely wife. David has the Moondog emoticon, and we know what that's for. I like smashing
now
the
you've either
post
gotta stop
office,
or put your fucking foot down.
the mailboxes, because, you know, there's always been a rivalry between the police department and the post office. Post office is federal. Callum says, no worries, David. Glad you stayed for a while chatting with everyone. Have a good night. Much love, mate. And David says, big C for Callum. And Mom One says, we used to just use the mail order catalog and newspaper and magazines. Yeah, all of those are gone, I believe, Mama One. You need an online presence. David says, Mr. Super Antonio and Mama Papa One. And Papa One says, much love, David and Chrissy. And David says, bye to Cloudy. And Mama One says, love you both, David and Chrissy. Yeah, print literally is dead.
LAPD, police emergency.
You can't do this.
For what it's worth. We have to take this car. It's an emergency. Callum says, really enjoying the stream today. This game is really good. I can't wait for more of these. Yeah, we're going to do the full game. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. We just started Homicide, and we will have to do a little creative editing for the cancel scenes. Odog is enjoying the driving. I'm glad, Odog. I did it for you.
Just a scratch.
Papa One says there are 2 horse magazines still available, but I could not tell you the last time someone bought or sold a horse through the advertising in the magazines. They're mostly for old ranchers who hate change and computers. Yeah, I don't know if that's a market you need to pursue, Papa One. Mama One asks, what was your dinner, Super Antonio? Oh, yeah, what did I have? Oh, I had pad thai. I had chicken pad thai. I broke down and went, it's like, there's 3 restaurants that I go to that I love because I can take the dog and they know me, and I just get things to go. So there's a Thai restaurant, there is a Japanese restaurant that sells teriyaki stuff, and there's a pizza place. And they all know me. They all have treats for Sadie when I show up, and I just order to go, and then I tip well, even though it's to go, just because they let me bring the dog in, and they usually, so and then usually I can get like 3 meals out of it. Like I got pad thai, chicken pad thai with a side of veggies, and I could easily and white rice, and I can easily make 3 meals out of that. So I had one of those today.
Damn.
Then I either freeze the other 2 or I just start eating them. I'll freeze them just so I have variety. But I can usually get 3 meals out of every meal I get. What was your dinner for you and Papa One, Mama One? Death from above. Cancellation from above. I think you're allowed to say death. There's a cigarette ad, tobacco ad. Richer, cleaner, and bolder. We need more of those. Valor cigarettes.
Bullets start flying.
They should have a red apple cigarette.
Up there.
We got sidetracked by this
Who knows for how long?
street crime.
We'll keep him busy if you can find a way up, sir.
We accidentally pushed X, and then it just takes you into it, changes your destination. So this is like one of the street crimes that you can do after you complete all the missions. Mama One.
Throw out the guns.
And then for dessert, I had half an apple cinnamon Danish from another nearby bakery, and I was craving a cinnamon roll type dessert. I've been wanting a cinnamon roll, and I liked it. It just wasn't cinnamony enough. I was like, ooh, apple, but I just wanted traditional cinnamon roll with icing and stuff, and like a cinnamon. Officer down. Serena's making fried chicken as we speak. Mom once said, I made a possum stew with potatoes, carrots, celery, lima beans. Then I used some eggs to make a homemade gravy roux. Then I made a white rice to mix with the stew. And I made a triple chocolate brownies. Wow. That sounds delicious. Especially the triple chocolate brownie part.
Traffic stop from hell. Prowling pulls these guys over.
Really looking forward to
Finds
my
that trunk full of
Halloween
hardware
candy.
like you wouldn't believe.
That I haven't bought,
Bullets
but I'm
start
going to
flying,
eat some Halloween
and they snatch
candy
up the
on
guns of one of
Halloween.
the cops. Head to
A
high
Snickers
ground.
bar
And the
and a
officer? Up
Reese's
there.
peanut butter cup.
Still alive, we think. Who knows for how long? We'll keep him busy.
And I can't
Find a way
remember
up, sir.
the last time I've had candy. Probably last year for Halloween. It's not something I eat every day, or even if I'm like going to have a dessert, which it will usually be ice cream or baked good related. Like a donut or piece of pie. Papa One says I canceled the possum last night after the live stream. I decided to sit outside and feed the farm dogs. I saw a possum in a tree, so I figured there's dinner for tomorrow. It was delicious. I love game meat. Free food.
Come on up here and get us. What is all this?
Just
Traffic stop
wow,
from hell.
that's crazy.
Prowling pulls these guys
I mean,
over.
if you live close to
Finds
nature,
that
that's
trunk
what
full of
it's
hardware
like.
you wouldn't believe. They lose. Bullets start flying, and they snatch up the guns of one of the cops. Head to high ground and make their stand.
And the officer?
Up there. Still alive, we think. Who knows for how long? We'll keep him busy if you can find a way up, sir.
When I went to the Thai restaurant, I took Sadie there. And she's a good girl. They let us wait in the lobby, and they gave her she likes fortune cookies, which are Chinese, and they're not even Chinese. They're American Chinese. They were invented in San Francisco. But so all I have to do is like crunch it up and get the fortune out, and then I just let her have the pieces, the cookie pieces. They're like an almond cookie. Callum says I like candy, but I rarely have it ever much. Same here, Callum. I don't like having things that I can't share with the dog. So, and as you probably know, chocolate is very toxic to dogs. Papa One says a lot of people don't like game animals, but I have ate it since I was 2. Don't get me wrong, I love beef and chicken, but nothing beats fresh game. Just something about fresh meat with no additives.
11K. I've been involved in a shooting. Code 4 here, but suspects are down.
Come back.
And I need an ambulance in
I'm talking
Chateau
to
and
Sadie.
Valencia. Also
I don't know if you
notify
saw her,
Detective
Mama One.
Headquarters.
She's been here.
I'll need
She's
the
been
coroner. My
under
partner
the
and I are
desk.
okay.
Say hi to Mama One and Papa One.
11K, roger on the ambulance and
And
coroner.
O-Dog.
Detective headquarters will be notified. All units, 11K reports code 4 on the shooting at Chateau and Valencia.
Papa One says, just makes you feel a sense of pride and you honestly just feel better. Our beef we buy a couple of cows from a local farm. They butcher it and we can use it. Usually that lasts around a year. And that is all I have for you tonight. However, I encourage you to hang out after the chat. I got another little montage of driving that I can show you.
I'm Super Antonio.
Wait a second. Where is it? Here we go. So you don't have to leave just because me and Sadie leave. Shout out to the mods. Appreciate all of you. Papa One and Mama One. And David and Chrissy and Serena, of course. Serena says, awesome video, Antonio. Serena, you're an awesome video. Star Hearts. Great talking to you, Cloudy and Callum. Callum, thank you so much for being here. I know it's late for you. Really appreciate you. O-Dog, same. Thank you, O-Dog. I hope you're feeling better. We shall return tomorrow night with Sinister Sundays. On Sundays, we sinister. Thank you, friends. Like and subscribe. And enjoy the rest of your evening.
Watch what you're doing!
Most informative. Thank you.
So the wife was there when it happened, but then left the scene.
Ah, you're gonna kill someone!
You're right. That's pretty unusual behavior.
She could be in shock. I saw some people do some strange things in the war after their buddies got hurt.
Maybe. Maybe she doesn't give a fuck. According to the patrons, her old man was a piece of work.
You don't think...
Phelps, the guy was run over. So it worked out well for this broad. So what? Maybe she deserved to catch a break. Who knows?
Careful! Slow down! That coward thinks he can run from everything.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
No wonder he killed someone, driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away!
All right, I give up. That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
Any in the vicinity, see the man at 211 just occurred. 3rd Neal Street. Stand by for further. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Oh, unbelievable! You know, this isn't a tank, Phelps. Here's a novel idea. Turn on the siren.
They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
What a case. You hear whether they're making any progress?
So Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up. Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Poor thing. Terrible enough being murdered like that without having to...
You're a goddamn menace!
Continue to respond,
Goddamn maniac!
Ain't it at the next junction, you shut your trap.
Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Frazer from 6 West 2nd Street.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Give yourself up! Now!
All right. Maybe I was a couple miles over the speed limit.
Get bracelets on him, Phelps.
Out of the car now! Most convincing people you will ever listen to are born liars. Usually they're called politicians.
The paperwork all looked above board, and he seemed like a clean-cut kid.
Uh-huh. Well, I get it now. You see some kid who's basically you 5 years ago and assume he's got to be innocent.
I'm more than happy to be proved wrong.
Hey, if he'd been black or Hispanic, you'd be singing a different tune. You spout all this communist crap about treating everybody the same, but it only works one way.
I'm not sure that's communism, Stefan.
Oh, God, please. Not another history lesson from the man who single-handedly won the war.
Are you finished?
Yes. I feel much better now. We'll shake down the car dealer and take it from there. Unless his daddy plays golf with yours, of course. In which case, we'll give him a firm gentleman's handshake and be on our way.
See? I knew you weren't finished.
Jesus, Cole! Now look what you've done! Are you blind?
Do you ever shut up?